Peace and blessings to y'all. Pray that all is well. My name is Lester Young. I am an author. I am the author of the book called The 5 Stages of Incarceration. This book was written to share with the men and women who are incarcerated, giving them some practical, strategic steps that will assist them in their personal development while serving time. In 1991, I was sentenced to life in prison at the age of 19 years old, which I served a total of 22 years and 5 months inside of the prison system. And during that time of my incarceration, I was in a state of mind where I did not know how to find my way out of a dark place. And that dark place was the darkness in my mind. Sitting in prison for that period of time, with that amount of time, I had a life term, was given life at 19. And I remember sitting in prison like, how could I begin this journey of doing life at 19? But one thing that helped me discover and gave me a framework for it was I developed a thirst for knowledge that I didn't have prior to prison. And that thirst for knowledge allowed me to start reading different books on personal development and healing. But one of the things that I have discovered, that there wasn't really a lot of books about how men and women in prison could grow. And like, I didn't see too many books that were written by men in prison to help them create a better framework from an experience that I could identify with. So this is where I began my journey of writing The 5 Stages of Incarceration. I started writing this book through journaling. And the journaling led to me creating numerous curriculums inside of the prison systems. Where I was housed at, I started teaching hundreds and hundreds of men inside of the facility some of the lessons that I place in this book today. And this book is all about helping one discover their true identity, helping them identify that by unpacking some of the core issues that led to their incarceration or to their criminal thinking, and helping them take ownership for the things that they have done in their lives. I received a letter from a young man a few weeks ago that had an opportunity to read this book. And he mentioned to me how this one book was able to be shared with over 30 men inside of the unit that he was housed in. And he said each person that read this book was moved by it. And they wanted to use this book to add to their curriculum that they already have started, called a mentoring group for the men inside of prison. But one of their biggest challenge is that not every individual there was able to purchase my book. So he humbly wrote this letter asking me to make a donation to this mentoring group, to send 50 books. I took that and I was like, I'm going to send you guys 50 books because I know what it feels like to have a thirst for knowledge and you don't have the means to purchase the book, to purchase the knowledge. So here it is. I have 50 books that I'm autographing this morning, that I'm sending each of them a personal note in this book to encourage and inspire them, that let them know that life is possible on the outside, that it's not what happened to you, it's how you respond to the adversity that determines your life. And with that, this young man, he sent me like 50 reviews. I remember sending him a copy of one review. They got it copied, and each of the 30 men wrote a review about this book, and they're really high marks about the book. I'm coming to you guys today humbly asking you to help me sponsor more books, send more books into the prison through sponsoring and donations. I believe that these men, just as myself who was once incarcerated, that we are really good people at the core. But sometimes we lack the knowledge and the tools to help us develop and rebuild our lives. And my book is just one of those books I believe that is essential that these men and women get inside of the prison facility to help them rebuild their lives. On the top of this video, you will see where I will post and share showing you where you could go to actually make a donation. We're looking for donations of $500 to $1,000, through different organizations, however you can do. If you can just make one donation to buy one book and send it in the prison, that is great. because now we're providing the men and women inside of the prisons with the tools that they need to continue to rebuild their lives. Again, my name is Lester Young, a person who served 22 years inside of a prison system, and I'm just looking for ways to continue inspiring the men and women inside of the prison to continue to be better people. And I believe that my book is one book, not out of many other great books, to help in this journey. Thank you guys for your time and your support.